this again.
So Steve can watch. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to round one of IDIC draft, February of 2023. I'm Maggie. This is Chris. Welcome to our broadcast.
Yeah, good morning, Maggie. Good morning to our two viewers, probably. So this was an event that I ran, mostly because it's winter in Minnesota and I'm bored, and I know Maggie's got winter in Chicago, which is also boring. So we are playing in what ended up being an 8-person tournament. It was a draft event where we kind of did choose your own adventure. I decided, actually, I spent way too much time at work, clearly, don't tell my boss, figuring out which pods and affiliations we had done before, not just myself, but other ID draft TDs during kind of lockdown. So I just went from basically 2020 all the way through. And then I found that Ferengi and Dominion were never in a pod together. So I made those as one pod, and that was my pod that also had Bajorans and TNG. And Maggie was in the other pod, and your pod had who in it? Yours, I feel like I know.
It was Steve and Matt McAlpin and Giorgio Velasco.
Okay. No, I meant affiliations, but yes.
Oh, what affiliation? Oh, haha. It was Klingon, Romulan, Earthspace 9, and Cardassian.
Yep.
And I totally went into this draft looking to fulfill the uneasy alliances achievement on the forums and drafting Klingons and Romulans together. And then as the draft fired up, I realized very quickly everybody else wanted one of those affiliations, and I ended up everybody dumped Cardassians at the end. So I got
no one wanted them. Yeah, that's
nobody wanted Cardassians. So I'm like, all right, I'm taking Cardassians then.
I have noticed that whenever Cardassians are in the pools that I've played in, when I look back at all of the ID drafts we've played over the last couple of years, I ended up backing into Cardassian probably 2 or 3 times. Sometimes I'd start with them. Bajorans were another one I tend to back into. And I know for a fact, I think the regional was the event that I didn't know what I wanted for my affiliations. And this is, I guess, maybe giving away secrets, but I never plan ahead of time. I get that Maggie wants to go for achievement. If you can get it, great. But obviously pivot it quick, right? I always try to draft missions that are good. And so when you looked at my 9 missions, I took restock Ketracel White, right? I'm like, okay, maybe no one wants Dominion. That didn't happen. They disappeared right away. I took Track Survivor along with Mining Survey, I think.
You always pick restock Ketracel White or deliver evidence, because two-span space missions are for winners, as the saying goes.
Yep. Well, restock Ketracel White's hard as hell to do in this form, right? Because it's 2 leadership. I think it's 2 something of a skill you'd never see a lot of. And I did try it one time, but the point is, I took I had a cunning option, I had an integrity option, I had strength option, and even then, once the draft starts and you see packs, Maggie probably does this. My first 6 picks were almost all dilemmas, and then I felt shamed into turning one of them into a person. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll take this person.
Yeah, I always try to go for dilemmas first, but I think this pod people were looking for other people were looking for personnel early on. So I picked more personnel early on than I normally do in a draft, because normally I go for dilemmas, because I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Gimme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's one dilemma in particular that I drafted out of my first 6. I saw enemy boarding party, and I was like, I'm like, I don't really want this dilemma, because our pod again had Dominion in it. But then I was like, well, if I'm the guy who's not playing Dominion, do I want to run into it? And you're like, no. So you take it because of that.
Yeah, exactly. I think there was something else. There was something very similar to that. I can't remember what. I can't remember. But I ended up not grabbing it, and I'm probably going to regret it later on. Since I'm drafting Romulans, I'm like, oh, I should probably take that weight of command, but I think there was something better in the pack that I really wanted, like somebody with a skill that I needed.
God,
And so I didn't go ahead and grab it.
Honestly my favorite part of draft, and I agonize over my selections way more than I probably should, but you're like, okay, what's the odds of me seeing this person get floated, right? And Daniel and I can both agree to like floating cards and seeing them come back is like the sexiest thing ever. It just makes you you're like, I almost took like Grennis or somebody. I was like, I almost took that guy because I really needed a command star, but I took the dilemma instead. And then, it goes all the way back around. And you're like, hey, that ugly guy is still there. Now I'm going to take him. Anytime you can do that, you just feel like a winner. Or for me, like when you get shipped your last, you like the packs will have 2 cards left or 1 card left, that infamous here's the dregs. And for me, one of them had a missions. The last pack out of the 3 cards had a mission skill guy, and it had a ship that I could use. And I was like, if 2 out of the 3 of those cards I can still use, I did something right in this draft.
Yep. Yeah. So, hey, before we get started playing, I wanted to do some quick spoilers.
Sure. Yeah. Get in there.
So, hey, if you're, thinking about playing sometime soon, there's a couple of really great events coming up. Brian Sykes is running a release event online for the new first edition Nemesis set. And so today, earlier this week, I got a shipment of promo prints from Jeremy, FL Razor on the forums for everybody else. And so I have me and my buddy Eric are going to be scrapbooking today instead of watching the Super Bowl. So look at watching the promenade for Confront Duplicate alternate image card coming to a promenade near you. I also, speaking of Brian Sykes' events, I also have the Return to Talos 4 promo, an AI of Talosian Cage, which looks great.
And that's such a useful dilemma too. Like I want that promo, but I also want that promo to be printable. So I'm like ready for next year when I can print it and put it in a deck.
Yeah, and if you're not really interested in playing online and you're looking to get back into in real life play, we do have at the end of the month a big event happening down in Valdosta, Georgia. The Birmingham, Alabama group is running a 2nd edition Masters event, the Mark Phillips Memorial event. So I asked the 2E Art for a rush job on this year's Masters promo. So our Masters promo for Year of the Ferengi for 2nd edition is Gala. So very nice looking, it's hard to see on the camera, but a very, very shady looking Gala talking with Quark. So a real nice job by Art on Gala here. So got some fun stuff.
Real quick, I didn't notice. Can you see his teeth? Is he? Yeah, he's very excited about selling Quark on some nonsense. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of his teeth.
Sure.
But hard to he's not smiling, he's definitely sneering.
That's even better. And I feel that's not the only time you're gonna see Gala on a promo this year, right? I feel like that may be a little spoiler, but I thought there's an image of him holding a gun somewhere. I'm not sure which one it is.
I don't remember what maybe something in 1st edition. I haven't seen any proofs for 2nd edition yet. Other things that I've gotten, league kits are finally here. I know it's almost the end of league season. It's been hard nothing's been running properly, but we have league kits. So I'm thinking we've only had a few active leagues this year, so I'll probably make the kits available to the league directors first, and then a little later in the year we'll make them available to anybody, all the TDs.
Well, and I think it might bear mentioning, it's been a logistics problem, right? I feel like in terms of like foil paper, isn't that part of the issue with why we had trouble with promos this year?
No, actually it's just been, we had mostly it's been Art's been taking up, had priorities,
sure,
bigger priorities running. We've put out quite a few, between 1st edition and 2nd edition, we've had some sets coming out, and then it was Christmas time, and a bit of me not pushing hard enough earlier in the fall, because we've had some of the league stuff since we've had the files since early, like in the fall, and but not all of them. And I was waiting to get all 3 editions all together.
Oh, sure.
So that some of it's on me not really pushing hard.
Well, and I mean, you're trying to be efficient too, so I get it. That's not easy.
Yeah, especially since Jeremy, the place that he works, the print shop that he works at, no longer has the machine that will properly print on the foil paper. He has to go to a different town, to a shop he used to work at that still has that machine. And so he went, I think before Christmas, and the day he went, the machine was down for repairs. And then he had to find another time to be able to come back. So that was, so it's just logistical stuff like that.
Jeremy's a close friend of mine, and yeah, I mean, it worked fine when he could just hit print at his own shop, but now, again, it's if anybody loves their promos, buy Jeremy a beer at Gen Con, because it ends up being I have to drive a half an hour away and kind of schedule a time where I can just go into the back, because he doesn't work there anymore, right? And the guys who owns the company is just yeah, come on back. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of favors that need to get done for us to get those promos. So again, buy the guy a beer if you see him at Gen Con this year. He does a great job of getting us and keeping us flush with promos as he can get us.
Yep. We do. We really appreciate that. All right. All right. Steve's watching us, by the way. Hey, Steve.
The Nelson.
He says he went personnel first, then took dilemmas that were good. He took weight of command, so now I know.
Oh, okay. Good.
And he says also, he says, not watching the Super Bowl, ? Unthinkable, in capital letters, ! Point.
The Vikings aren't in it, Steve. Newsflash, your team is not there.
Yeah. No, I think Eric and I are going to watch Star Trek Nemesis in honor of the new release. And I'm going to see if he has watched yet the Legend of Vox Machina. Have you watched the Legend of Vox Machina?
No.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes. Is this a movie or a show?
It's a show. Okay. It's an animated D&D campaign.
Oh Lord.
With grown up themes. So okay. As in there's a gnome who can sing and create physical things in space, and so in the second season they fall off a cliff and then they land on boobs.
Right. I mean,
as one does.
I mean, if I fall ever, I hope I land on them too. So there's that.
So so it's a great show. If you have Amazon Prime, highly recommend.
Sounds like a good thing to have in the background while you're making promos. Every once in a while, just pause it or laugh and then rewind it for 10 seconds and hear the whole joke.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and play.
Oh, that's overrated. I thought we were just going to talk the entire time. All right. So the big reveal. I am playing Bajoran Fed, and when we talked earlier about kind of just not really knowing what affiliations you're going to play, I took Track Survivors, as Maggie and I know is, and we've mentioned before, it's pretty strong in this format. Option A was always to do it with Mining Survey. If you ever see those two cards in back-to-back packs, take them both because they require basically the same skills. And halfway through the mission pack, I took Peaceful Contact kind of on a lark, mostly thinking I would do it again if for whatever reason no one in my pod wanted Dominion. That very sneakily is a Dominion strength mission. And then I, not being very smart, finally read it and went, wait a minute, that is almost the exact same skills as Track Survivors other side. So I very quickly on the draft realized I had no chance of taking Dominion personnel. They were, I think, very early on picks. I didn't see them like at all. And given Bajoran seemed to be something no one wanted, I just took, when I said out of the first 5 picks, I took 5 dilemmas, and then the 6th pick was Lee Nallis, because I was like, okay, he's just a command star, 8 integrity, basically cost 1. That was the guy I got shamed into taking, and it kind of just went from there, where I took a lot of the integrity side of stuff, and hadn't even figured out, Maggie knows this, I sent her a text, I didn't even know what my second affiliation was going to be, and we were halfway done with the draft. I had all these Bajorans, thought I was only going to play Bajorans straight, but kind of midway through the second packs, donked into taking Fed, and that was because of their ship, which you'll probably see in this game. So anyway, Maggie, you tell me about your deck.
So I guess I was gonna go with Romulan and Klingon. I was gonna, yeah.
I don't like that at all.
I was gonna go with Romulan and Klingon, and I had chosen. I think I had Deliver Ancient Artifact here. I was gonna do, because Klingons, if I get the strength, that's so easy for Klingons.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to do Deliver Ancient Artifact, and I got a 2-span space mission. I think it was let's see.
Rescue POWs, probably one of the. I'm trying to think of the other ones that you haven't mentioned.
Was Rescue Prisoners of War.
Yeah.
I was going to do Rescue Prisoners of War, which is not great because it's got cunning, but Romulans can help with that.
That one's intel all day long, right? If you try to do it.
Yeah. So that's why I picked. That's what I had originally chosen for. And then as soon as I realized the Klingons weren't, like, somebody else was grabbing Klingons, at least one other person's grabbing Klingons, I pivoted and I'm like, well, I got Sector 39J. That's a great mission. And then I had Avert Solar Implosion, and I'm like, those both have physics and science.
Yep.
Sector 39J is a great second attempt, second mission to do, because you get that range reduction, or the span reduction.
Was that your first mission that you took, 39J?
That was probably the first mission that I took. I also took Track Survivors just because I wasn't planning on doing it, but I didn't want anybody else to grab it.
Yeah, and I saw 2 of them. I think I took mine first, and then I got shipped one too. And again, I get that that bonus is great. It triggers the at-will cost that's in everybody's card pools, but sometimes you just never find those skills either. So like Maggie said, take it, don't let anybody else use it. If you get those skills, awesome. If you don't, all right.
Yeah, and since I was playing, I didn't want to trust my non-aligned, like having non-aligns to be able to do it.
Yep.
So yeah, I just, weighing everything, that's what this pool seemed to be the better way to go.
Well, and honestly, I don't want to spend too much time belaboring it, but for folks who are new to draft, look at Maggie's missions. They're all any affiliation, and anytime you can draft a lot of missions that multiple groups in your pod can do. Like, let's say you really wanted to go after that rescue POWs, that mission doesn't, like, 3 or 4 of the affiliations in the pod can attempt it, right? So you're not penciled into it. It's very easy to get tunnel vision, I think, in ID draft, and I feel like it benefits the player who can, as you mentioned, pivot, change directions, or go into it with no real aspirations and don't really care what affiliation you play. You just try to draft kind of for the field, right, for those missions, and then figure it out, hopefully midway through the first rounds of packs. That's my tip, I guess I would say. Don't ever be like, I'm going to play this affiliation, because you might have a really hard time drafting those people.
All right, well, let's roll and see who goes first.
That's for sure.
Unless you tie me.
No.
Nope. All right.
Shuffle that up. Shuffle that up. And away we go.
Yeah. All right. That's hot.
You like your opening draw? That's
well, okay, maybe less hot than I thought it was, because I don't have to use my I don't have to use my 3 counters to download a ship because
Good.
all 3 of my ships are now in my hand.
There we go.
So let's see. I will play, get some people out then. Play Kretek for 3.
Speaking of ship, geez, go
Yeah, I know. I didn't see any jadziadax class ships, so that didn't happen. But I got Sarova because.
Are you playing constructed? You just played 2 guys who cost 3. 2 people, I should say, that cost 3. All right.
Yep. 6, and I will draw for 7.
All right. Given what I got in my opening hand, I am gonna do the 3 counter download, which I hate doing, as Maggie knows, but it's this, and that's what I meant, what I talked about, the pivot to Fed. That's gonna give me 10 points for doing a mission I was gonna do anyway. So that means I can play an with cost if I draw it, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna then go Deanna Troy, which nobody wanted, and I got late, and Kolos, who I probably took way too early. He has
command star.
That's what I mean, a 1 cost command star. I think I took him first in the pack, and I was like, oh, he has integrity of 4. That doesn't help. All right, over to you.
All right, so I'll play Parm for 2. I got Saskal for 4. I got Meredith for 6, and I'll draw for 7.
Who are you, and why do you have so much anthro already? What the hell? Weird. Okay. Arc, anthro. I need to draw more feds. So I'm gonna draw 1. That's clearly not a fed. Draw 2. Okay. He's also super good for my deck. For 3, 4.
Oh, he's my favorite Miles for playing TNG by far.
I can't wait till it goes to peaceful contact and integrity of 9. That was 4. All right, let's shit out some Bajorans. 5, 6, 7. They're over there. He's over here. We're not going anywhere. We don't have a ship. Back to you.
All right, I will draw for 1. Play Shinzan for 4.
Jeez.
Draw for 5. And Rasul for 6, 7.
I'm both like disturbed that you have 3 cost people in play, and more tilted that one of them is him. He's insanely good in this format. You use his ability and dig, or you don't need to yet?
Yeah, I will actually. Since I'm gonna.
There's a ship.
Yeah, there's a ship. I told you I got all of them in my opening hand.
And I mean, that was pretty good too.
Yeah, I don't know which ship do I want to ditch.
That one's hard to staff, but I feel like you're already flying it, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah. I also had a Cardassian, yeah, and this is another thing about the Cardassians in this format. They have a wealth of command stars, like
and
a crazy
leadership, officer, treachery. They have tons of skills that nobody else has. So if any of your missions require it, they're a terrific affiliation.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna actually ditch the Type 3 Galor.
Okay.
To draw a card. Worth it.
Back to me.
Yep.
All right, draw 1, draw 2. I'm looking for a Fed or an online. Draw 3.
Wait, did I play it? Wait, yeah, I did. I played all my like. Oh yeah, Shinzon's in order.
Right. Yeah. No, you did.
Okay.
5, 6. Then I think that now I'm staff for next turn. I just find this funny. Let's play Yazim for 7. She's going to discard the Scrawn because Scrawn is only supposed to ever get played if I don't have that mission skill, which I think is really funny. I can't wait to use her ability. Evil must be opposed. Just say that out loud and kill her. That's all it does. Over to you.
I love talkies.
Yeah, well, that one, it does nothing and you kill her. It's just comical.
Yep.
Back to you.
All right, well, I'll play that Enterprise A for 6, and I'll draw for 7. And I can staff it, so because I have a non-aligned and I have 2 command stars and a staff. So
Yep.
we'll just go over to Cardassia.
Milk run, pick up your friends, right?
Yep. And we will wait 1 more turn.
Okay. Play that big ass
over here.
Enterprise.
I didn't even realize that was in this pool.
The D.
Yeah, the D. I didn't
It
realize
actually, I drafted it in another draft. It's not frequent, but it came up. It was one of the first packs I pulled. It was weird. I'm also staffed with Kolos, Miles, Deanna, and Talara. So they will fly over here, pick up their Bajoran friends, and they will go to track survivors. I'm going 9. Kill them all. I don't care anymore.
9 and planet.
Yeah, I think I took it in one of the TNG times we ran it, where it was I played Klingon and Fed, and I obviously didn't get a mission. I just took it because it was a ship. This is the first time I've ever really been able to use it with a mission.
All right, let's see how this works.
Go away. All right. It's my favorite. Oh, wow. You got that one, huh? If you give me greater needs behind it, I'm just going to cry. I might just quit.
I did not see greater needs in this pool, or else I would have totally grabbed that. Okay, so
You're going to stop, I feel like 4. So just drag them out. Let's see who we get. That's a really good first stop. Was that 6? 6.
That's 6.
Okay.
Right there.
You hit my 3, which is surprising. Okay. Next. Oh, that's good. Just shoot somebody in the face. Who eats it?
Weld Ram.
Weld Ram.
Who in my mind always looks like he smells something funny.
Yeah, he's a weird person. I don't think I took him. I think I got shipped him, or like it was like 2 or 3 cards left. I'm like, all right, I'll take it to the Bajoran. At the end of the day, it still costs 1, which I'm addicted to. 1 cost people. Dip, honor, allow leadership. I don't think I can do this, but I do have 2 8s in here. 6. Oh, thank you, Kolos. You're helping a lot. 6, 12, 20.
Well, knowing he was in there kept me from playing the occupational hazards, because I couldn't remember if you had another acquisition.
I have
another treachery.
Integrity of 30 with 5 people. Thanks, Kolos. That was really helpful. You contributed. You're up. I seriously could have. I was so sick. I could have solved it. I still had all the skills. Oh well. You're up.
All right, so I'll go ahead and play Gerald for 1.
Random background guy who solves track survivors is what I think I can play him.
Duran for 3. Draw for 4. Draw for 5.
He's buffed right now, isn't he? Yeah, because he got a bunch of them. Okay.
Yeah, and let's see. Draw for 6, and I guess I'll play him for 7.
I like Marshall. He's an intel.
He is. It's been a.
I put a lot of the Maggie knows this. I juice the packs, and I put a lot of the sneaky good non-aligns in there. Whenever I hit an event, no one's ever going to draft. Marshall and Rionge and Kolos and Regana Tosh, they're all sneaky good. Delvac. Where are you going?
Probably gonna go to. Yeah, gonna go to avert solar implosion. And let's see. We'll do 10.
Oh wow, hardcore.
See if Chris is playing with setting the stage.
Yeah, right. Who needs that? Oh,
So Daniel says hi. Hi, Daniel.
he's creeping on us, isn't he? Full creeper. I so wanted to draw like in dev kill dilemma, but I did not. 10. Oh, fine. I'm just going to give you endev. And I think that should be enough. You have 3 3s, but I don't think you can do that mission with 4 people.
All right. So
I don't want to think about it too long. When I think too long, my brain hurts. All right, you have 3 3s. Am I count that right?
Yeah, you did.
Serova.
So you can pull somebody from crew 1 over to crew 2.
If they can do it with 4, then you play good.
Let's see. Astrophysics, science. No geo.
I figured if nothing else, I'm going to stop the geo or the arc somewhere.
Got 10, 16, 23. Nope.
All right. Let's draw 1. Draw 2. Unexpected difficulties. Draw for 3. 4 5 for Kern. 6 7 for Gant. And since you have decreed that I need to go elsewhere, I'm just going to go over to space with 8.
Okay.
I do not want to lose people to that stupid dilemma.
In space.
It'd be funny if you drafted gravimetric distortion and then also drafted Serova who passes it. That'd be kind of a dirty thing to do. Make sure your opponents can't ever pass this dilemma by taking the person who gets past it herself. Or is it graviton ellipse? I think it's gravimetric distortion. I know she gets by one of them.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't play with a lot of damage dilemmas.
From Premiere? You mean you're not constantly using damage dilemmas from Premiere in your constructed decks? Why not?
Yeah, look.
No. Look, I'm gonna get by one. Get punched in the dick. Oh, your Chariot of God has to be staffed. I didn't know that. And while you're doing that, Maggie, I'm just gonna put go away and you're removed since I'm clearly not there.
Great.
Okay, what do you got? That looks like 2. Fair enough. Are you gonna give me like a kill Deanna dilemma? That would suck. All right, who joins Deanna?
Let's see. That person joins Deanna.
Okay. Am I gonna get damaged? Oh, that would suck so bad. Oh, okay. I don't like that, but at least I'm not smashed. The drawback of a 4-range mission right now, getting hit by a damage limit, you're just gonna sit there the rest of the game. All right, you killed her right in her face.
Yep.
Okay.
Contaminating a culture is one of my like all-time favorite dilemmas. Just it's a nice easy kill, and I can track equipment way easier than I can track most other things.
It's great in this format too. Did you take it first? I feel like I would have taken that one first.
Yeah, I took it pretty early.
Okay, over to you.
Okay. All right. Start for 1. Start for 2. Start for 3. Yes. 4, 5, 4 Togarin. 6, 7, 4 Garan.
Man,
I mean, yeah, why would you not?
so good.
Yeah, why would you?
In this format too, where you get gifted like 4 events you're not going to play. He's so good.
Yeah, he left me with he was like one of like somebody sent him to me as the last in the last pack.
Again, it's like, okay, like you mentioned the pivot to me. We both did that. I thought I was going to play Frankie as my second affiliation. You clearly thought you were going to play Klingon. We swapped to somebody else.
Yep.
Okay, you gonna go get those clowns?
Yeah, we'll carry on with 10 again. So you get 9 and 9.
Yes, just hardcoring through this mission, huh? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This is a weird draw. A lot of people down there. Play anybody that costs 1? Holy shit. It's gonna like auto give you a crit reprimand, but I can't even think of anybody that costs 1. Keep playing guys that cost 2. Oh no, you have maybe a couple. Okay. Wait, let's try this.
All right.
Brave words. This one really works well with my mission set, given that we got 2 HQs and I got a 4 ranger.
Yep. Yep. So, because otherwise, yeah, I'm at so you get to choose somebody to be stopped.
Which I probably desperately need, given I don't have any idea you haven't played anymore. Art, Geophys, Science. I don't think you have an honor. Let me check that first. Oh, you do, stupid Marshor. So in theory, you could do it the other way. Arc, Geophysics. You got to be short on one of these skills, aren't you? Geo. See, Agio. Going once. Going twice. What's the other one? Arc. Physics. Physics, you got a ton of. Arc, you got a couple. Science. Yeah, you got a shit ton of that. Okay, I might as well make it harder for you. I'll grab your all.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's fine.
All right, up next.
Weak will perish.
Shuffle up. Put somebody out onto the table.
That looks like a little dude.
Yep. Yep. So, did.
Dedicals.
Yep.
I feel like I just stopped the one coster, which was not wise, given that this now requires one costers. But let's see what we get.
Yep. Pull them out on the table. That you have a 1 in 8 chance of grabbing one coster.
But I'm not sure you can solve it anyway. So we'll of course it's the first guy. That's so gross. Why wouldn't it be the very first guy?
Yep. 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 And then that's the honor I'd need to do the other side. And we're not going to have the strength anyway.
As everybody knows, when I play Maggie, I get lucky, and there it is already. Like I have no business hitting Marshor there, and I have, of course. Could they have solved it if I'd stopped one? I don't even know. Their strength can't be that good. Maybe.
That I don't know.
Yeah, you would have had 7 guys for 39 strength. Pretty close.
Yeah, if you hadn't picked him, I would have had the honor, and I would have had honor.
You would have the skills
know.
for sure. Shinzon's leader.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Harn, Harn is a beast. Leadership and officer. I've got the anthro, so yeah, I probably would have been able to do it with 7.
Yeah, I think so. You would average 6. 5. Sorry, 1 for Railguard, draw for 2. Let's pay another ship, which is gross, but I'm gonna have to do it. D will fly here. Pick them up. And I will fly out to space with 9. You get 7. I don't know what I'm doing with my people. Jeez. I dare the cat come downstairs. Dogs are freaking out.
Oh, noes.
Here, leave it. She's just chewing on the kitten's head. No big deal. Am I getting one? That's not good.
No. Just counting out.
Hey, stop it. What are you doing?
I don't trust my luck on that dilemma. I think I'll have to
On
go.
that dilemma, I don't know what that dilemma is because I have the screen way off as usual. But I got a lucky selection. It's your turn. I deserve it.
Hey. Okay, we'll start with a full security alert.
Full
'Cause
marshal.
I know you just played Brilgar. I don't know how many other security you have, but
Your guess is good as mine. Have at it. Oh, randomly select a security to be stopped. I'm good. I thought it was a pick 3. Okay.
yeah.
Brilgar is alone in the security department.
Damn. Should have gone with the other one then.
Into this. I have a lot of people with mission skills and like nobody with other stuff. Okay, what's next? Well, that's not going to feel good. That's a terrific dilemma. Do you have any bad ones? I feel like it's time for me to ask that. I haven't seen any bad ones yet. Drag them out. Let's see who you get.
No, you get to pick.
Oh,
Choose
I
the
have to
number of
pick?
personnel who have total cost of 4 or more to be stopped.
But I don't want to pick. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna intentionally stop my command star who's fed, so you can't kill her. And I need to grab another 2, so let's stop random Gant. Just there. Okay, what's next? Honor or law? I have a lot of that. What's this mission require? Dip honor leadership. That's the last one. Dip honor leadership nav. Dip honor leadership nav. Okay. All right. Let's stop. Stop Accost Jared. He's the lowest of those skills. Yasm's got honor, law, leadership, and integrity of 8. Honor. Oh, I need honor, leadership. I need nav and dip. Miles is in dip, or nav, I mean, and Shandor's the dip. Let's see, 6, 14. What's Miles? 14 and 9.
Yep.
And then Kolos is contributing along with Dolam. I think they do it. You should probably add it up.
All right, 6, 10 for Kolos. Yasin is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 9 is
33.
33. Yeah.
Dip honor, law, leadership, or dip honor, leadership, nav. I see dip nav.
Honor, leadership, and nav. Yep.
Anybody who knows me playing Maggie, I have her count my stuff like a child because she's a mom and she can make sure I don't math bad. I did the math twice and I was like, I don't actually get the same number either time. All right, you're up. I'm out of range.
So,
You're stuck over there.
so I'll tell our viewers what my, now that I know who was in your mission attempt, I have Disarming Dream, and I was gonna name human to target, Miles, but I wasn't sure how lucky I was gonna get, how many other humans you'd played.
He's absolutely the only human, because the only
Yeah.
other human I played was Troy, and she doesn't count as human. Yeah, you would have
Nope, she doesn't count as human because she's Bajoran. In first edition, she would count as human, but
Nope.
not in second edition. Hey,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I still had the other stuff. Like the skills wouldn't have been a problem, but I bet I would have been short on this because Miles is strictly better than Brilgar in terms of stats. So, yep.
Yeah, so okay, we will go ahead and I'm gonna play Olara for 5 and a Sumac for 7.
Nice.
And we'll go ahead and we can.
They can fly it.
They can fly it. Yep.
Like that at all. Okay.
So yeah, we will fly over here. Make an away team.
Is it double team time?
Could be.
Might be.
Could very well be. Could very well be.
Well, I suppose if you wanted the points, you could do not 3 on the ship and then staff it, right? That would make sense too.
It is
$1 million question. Does Maggie have her Atwa costs in her hand? The mouse is apparently scratching the bar. Oh, that's not good. I should put a mouse pad down next time. Doing so much math over there.
I know.
You just keep seeing moving cards from crew 1 to 2 to 2, 3.
Yeah, all right.
1
So
to 2 to 4.
crew. All right.
Crew 1
2 is up here. Crew
yeah,
1.
naturally. Okay.
Oops. Yeah, crew 1 will attempt with 9.
Okay. So we gave up on double team land. All right. 1, 2, 3. I get 6. Ugh.
Yep.
Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. I know what I want to draw. I did not draw it.
Necessary execution. No.
No. I have I drafted, and we've talked about this before. I drafted the poor man's version of No Kill Eye, the artistic license.
Ah.
It's a perfect dilemma for right now. Hmm. I get 6. All right. I don't know. Let's see. Distraction.
Okay.
I don't suppose you want to stop 2 of your 3s, would you? Be a pal. Stop your good guys. Or maybe stop your all.
And guess I'll stop my dumbest guys.
Seems fitting. Okay. Pillage and plunder.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stop Iran. Yep.
I have a
Yeah.
sinking feeling you're going to pass this now, but we'll see.
Biomed Psi. Biomed Psi.
Yep. Okay.
So she's got physics and science. 7, 13. Gerald has geo, and I need arc. Han's got arc, so that's all the mission skills.
Yep. You have 7 guys. You shouldn't have
Yeah.
problem winning.
Yeah.
And
we scored.
Staffed up there, right?
I do. I'm staffed. So staffed.
Okay. Now
what? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go. All right, we can start there. So crew 2. Who was all right, crew 3. These guys are down on the planet, so they'll stay on the planet. The Enterprise A.
Yep.
Will travel 4 range
go with 9.
and attempt with 9. Yep.
Okay. I'll just give you one. Unless I totally fucked this up. Still know you have 3 3s, but I mean, if three people can do a mission, that'd be pretty ridiculous.
Unless you have 3.
Slightly overcooked.
All right.
The space version of InDev.
Yep. Yeah. So you are correct. I cannot. I have. Yes.
Probably have the skills.
I've got the 3.
Those 3
I've got the
people.
3 3s.
That's what I mean. With those 3 people, you probably have the skills for the mission too, which is gross. Gotta be pretty close.
My 3s do not have nav. None of them have nav.
Oh, okay. I knew the other 3 were covered. She doesn't have nav. All right. Weird. Okay, over to me.
Yep.
Blast off. I drew that in my opening hand. That's why I went and got that ship. Brawl for 2. Draw for 3. Draw for 4. Draw for 5. 6, 7 for a quorum land. Draw for 8. 9, 10 for Lee Nellis. 11. Draw for 12. Draw for 13. And 14, just in case I didn't play enough Bajorans. I got like literally every Bajoran in our pods. I don't know what the other people were playing, but they didn't play Bajoran. All right, fly to Bajor, pick up all those dudes. Switch ships. Take the ship to pick up our buddy on Earth and then go to track survivors. That's a lot of people. I'm gonna go with 9.
Okay.
I'll let you do your dilemmas while I figure out who's going.
All right, so you lost 5 points with that. At what cost, right?
I did. With the ship, it's gonna negate.
Oh, that's right.
So yes, you're right. You are correct. Currently, you are ahead.
Mostly just considering, like, okay, you've got the ship. You're gonna.
The stupid thing about the ship is, when
you complete a space mission requiring diplomacy.
Right. So I have to do this mission with people who suck.
Yep.
That's the main thing for right now.
Yep. That's what I'm like. So that HATR with integrity 9, integrity 8, not as helpful.
Correct.
Here. So just getting me thinking about who.
That is absolutely correct.
Hand gets 7 and 7.
We're doing on time.
Excellent question.
I know we've talked quite a bit different times, or if you didn't start a clock, maybe, I don't know.
I did start a timer and we got 40 seconds left. Okay, let's do that. So
30 seconds left. Okay.
40 seconds left.
Okay.
Yep.
And you went first, so this will be the last turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, choose a lot to be stopped, which I have a lot of. Choose a lot to be stopped. Then what happens?
Then randomly select an additional personnel to be stopped for each headquarters mission the opponent on your left commands. So we random select 2 more.
Okay.
I think that was a first poll on the interstellar exigence.
Yep, I took it too, and I don't think anybody else saw it. Or if they did, they didn't know what it did.
Okay, so 2 people from crew 1 into crew 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Guess who's punching you in the face? How about Dolem? Who's got dip? Okay. What? Okay. Acquisition intel. Okay, law or telep. God, I really wish you must have randomly stopped my stupid Kolos who was in there. Yeah, you did. All right. So I got to stop a mission skill, which will be him for law. And that goes under, right? Okay. I'm guessing time's expired now. 1, 2.
Time is up now,
Okay.
yes.
How many are under there?
5 now.
Okay. As much as I don't want to do it because it's not going to get a full win, I should probably send down the other team with all the big stats, right? I would 8, 8, 8, 16, 24, 35. Can they do it with 5 people? I think so. Dip, honor, law, leadership. Dip, honor, law, leadership. Yep, I can do it with 5. From what I can tell. Yep, honor, leadership on brawl. Went to your side for some reason. 8, 8, 8, 8. What's Miles? 8.
Should be 7.
Yeah, it's a 2 orientation. So okay, so 8, 16, 24. Miles is over. Brawl is your dip. Honor, leadership, law on Yasm. So I'm gonna end up doing it for a mod win. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
So
dip honor leader. Dip honor leader. Law. Yep. So 6, 14, 22, 30, 37. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to say evil must be opposed and kill Yasim now?
I kind of do, actually. Yeah, I do.
To end the broadcast.
Yeah, I do think that's a very good way of ending our streamed match. Yasm will say evil must be opposed and be discarded. I should have actually done, if I'd been smart for bonus points, I should have said that. And then I should have attempted with Okorum land because now I would have had 2 Bajorans in the discard pile, right? So he would have just trade her 8 integrity for his 8 integrity.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, good shit. I fucked that up, as you pointed out. For some reason, I thought the Enterprise worked at the planet, so I would not have even played the Outcast if I hadn't thought that through. But great job stopping the team of all of the scrubs.
Yeah, I wish I guess I'm thinking about it. I probably could have managed it without the unconventional consideration. Would you have been able to do it with 5?
I solved
not
it.
5
I solved it with
5.
5. Yeah, I would have went with 5, and you did draw one. If you want to draw one, go ahead and draw it.
No. I was thinking back at if I had. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, all right. I'm curious. Yeah. Let's draw.
You would get a shot at it, a stopper.
Yeah. Let's look at my draw 1 dilemma. 1 cost space. So no bueno.
You're halfway there. It's 1 cost.
Yep. Oh, dude, that's the other thing I always draft is as many of the do or die dilemmas as I can find. Any of the 1 cost space or planets that because I cannot tell you how many times in regular constructed games I've top decked a 1 cost space or planet and it saves me at the end of the day. Yeah.
It's really good. I always wanted to, and it ended up for me in this draft particularly. I don't think I got a single one. I think that I was always like, oh, I'm going to take that one. And then I was like, oh, I really need that law person, or I really need that dip person.
Yep.
and then it was gone when I came back around. So I have a lot of dilemmas. I drafted 28 dilemmas, but they're not cheap. I have a lot of like heavy hitting 3-cost dilemmas. I have temptation. I have, those type of dilemmas that, against certain affiliations is auto stop 3. Against Maggie's team, I didn't give it to you. I thought it wouldn't stop anybody. You had a bunch of treachery, or you stop 1 and you feel gross, and you give them a dilemma like that. So that was a really good game. I'm glad I asked how time was, or I was paying no attention to it.
Yep. So I was looking at, I think I didn't put Atla cost in this deck for this round because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull off the Enterprise A,
Sure.
that extra 5 points. So I think I might throw that in for the next round. Fair warning to whoever my opponent is.
Well, we talked about the fact that you have the Goran in there. I would anyway, right? Let's say you don't draw the ship, you draw Goran in the event. Now you just made him cheap, so it's still functionally useful.
Yep. I thought about making him ditching Kevin.
That's like the one equipment card that always gets drafted, and it comes up a lot. So that's like one of just a handful. Maggie knows it's just a handful of equipment cards I actually leave in there. I leave that one in there. I leave Vascular Pad. People tend to like that. Some of the pads are, guns on occasion, but there's so many cards, and I know that her and I have talked about just culling the card pool for ID draft and turning off a lot of those verbs that people just don't want. You're not gonna.
Yeah, it keeps it's on my to-do list. I actually have I built a spreadsheet for all of the sets we haven't added yet. All the cards from all the sets we haven't added yet, and so that's on my to-do list to go through everything since the Omega Directive, because that's the last time we added any cards to the pool was at the Omega Directive. So that'll be that's on the to-do list for our boring winter weather.
Yeah,
however much longer
I would do it.
lasts
I would do it in a heartbeat. I would help you because I do these pools and I try to make like I said, I juice all the packs I think equally, and then I try to make sure that every pack has at least one person for every affiliation. That's one of my main things. And then they all should have 2 to 3 dilemmas. I always make sure of that too. The dilemmas may be great, they may suck. Sometimes you get 2 really good dilemmas in one pack. Sometimes you get 2 that are not as stellar. And then I fill a lot of the spots for stuff I'm taking out, which when I say that, I mean, like there are missions that always come up in this. And I feel like everybody's picked their missions already. You don't really want to see another mission. I can only count one time where I was like, oh, I needed a mission and I took it, but seems rare. So I try to swap those out. I try to swap out, battle cards that it's just based off of drafting. I never see people take them. So ships, I try to make sure everyone's got ships. That's another problem that at times you run into where there's just no ships to fly. Everyone's stuck with just their Olaras.
Yep, I had a wealth of options for ships this time, which was unusual. So yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and end the broadcast then, Chris.
Well, thanks again, Maggie. That was weird. A weird ID draft score, right? A non-full win.
Yeah. So you got the mod win 60-40.
65.
65, yes. 65 to 40.
I lost 5 points, right?
Yeah.
Good shit.
All right. Thanks for everybody who was watching. And next time we